Education. It's an essential part to everyone's life. But why doesn't everyone exceed? Is it because that some people are smarter than others, or that some people just work harder than others? Now, I only think that's partially it. The other part is the advantages that wealthier kids get over the poorer kids. If poorer kids had the same opportunities as the wealthier kids, what would be stopping them from succeeding and scoring higher scores or similar scores on standardized testing? The correct answer is nothing. Most people in the United States probably don't understand the achievement gap between wealthy and poor families. This is because the wealthier kids get more opportunities than the poor families. This doesn't mean that wealthy kids don't work hard or strive for great grades or great scores on tests, but being wealthy is an advantage for them over the poor families and poorer communities. Kids in wealthier families can attend and afford private universities, they can afford private tutors, and they can go to more advanced schools where they get a better education, while poor kids sometimes can't even hardly afford public school and just scratch for money and trying to survive, and they're not really worried about school. This gives kids in wealthy families a huge advantage. A 2015 study from NCCP, which is the National Center for Children in Poverty, found 4 out of every 10 American children live in low-income families. That's 40% of the country's children not getting the same opportunities as those who are richer or wealthier than they are. This wealth gap impacts how students test on standardized testing in the colleges they can attend. This needs to be fixed for all of our students and all of our children out there. I personally most definitely think that standardized tests do not correctly predict one's success or one's potential or one's college success or one's brilliance. I just think it's a test, and people score poorly on tests all the time. But regardless, just because someone scored poorly on the SAT or the ACT doesn't mean that they're stupid or they don't have what it takes to attend a specific college or a higher college. It's one test, and it shouldn't completely impact their entire future. There's a chart from the Metropolitan Policy Program that displays when the family income increases, so do the SAT scores for the children in that family. This is further proof of the wealth gap that exists in this country, and most people are sitting by and don't even know what's happening. This wealth gap impacts kids' futures, and it is not okay. In all, there's an obvious achievement gap and wealth gap in this country. There are more related than people believe. These are more related than people believe or want to believe. There is a serious problem in this country, and we have to fix it, just like every other problem we have in history. If something happens, we find a solution. This is the problem. We as a country cannot sit back and allow this to continue. It is unjust and it is unfair to kids who were not born in a better situation than some wealthier kids. So what I'm saying is, should this one kid succeed because he's rich and another kid succeed because he works triple as hard, twice as often, and he can still fall short? This needs to end now.